recording. I spent all day, and then some Barack Obama described it as a bad debate night. Recording. Turn it over. Nobody's going to go over Barack Obama's head and say, "Oh no."
Okay. Somebody has their TV going or something. There we go. Got it. Okay. All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness.
And the smart ass in me wants to go, yes, we can. Yes, you can. Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Because JD was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, wow, I've never had Zoom just freak out on me like that. But I believe we are back live on YouTube as well. Yeah, looks like it. He's got it over here. Great. Okay, so where the heck were we?
Basically, I was just, and I'll just, I
Okay.
got to set a reward virtual at the intersection of Route 66 and the Lincoln Highway with KC11.
Love it. That was just perfect for you since you had such a big involvement on both of those projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Cool.
All right. Thanks for sharing. I think we've got Melissa, Vince, and then Ken. So go ahead, Melissa.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. Geo Woodstock 21. They have cards.
Ooh.
And I don't know if people can scan it or not, but the page went live today. Whoops, here. I'm going to put it in the link.
Nice.
Yes. So, we had an event that wasn't a Geo Woodstock event, but they had the cards and there were people who are heavily involved in it there and stuff. And they're very excited. Lots of outdoor stuff. Its theme is wild and wonderful, and it's going to be.
Nice.
That's awesome.
But the event I was at, the ASP, Allegheny State Park Mega, one of their events is this cooler of goodness that people donate things to the cooler throughout the year. And somebody local won it. And they picked out what they wanted. And now they're having events to raffle off what they didn't want. So I won a human repair kit, which is a first aid kit.
Yeah.
So it was lots of fun. And I'm very excited about next year.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. You've been getting to a lot more events and having some good fun. And that was a neat idea that they did for, for their winnings. They were able to share with more people. So cool. Hang on, let me get more folks in from the waiting room. Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. I've got Vince next.
Yeah, the past couple weekends, I've taken a couple more day trips up to various parts of the state, working on the old Michigan Geocaching Organization County Challenge they got going. So I picked up a few more counties. I'm up to 28 now that I've got at least 4 different types in. And also, yeah, I usually got the old solstice souvenir, hosted a hot dog lunch here in town, and then later on that night somebody else was hosting an ice cream event, so it was a perfect way to bring in the solstice.
Okay.
Awesome. Everything's better with ice cream. Cool. Thanks, Vince. Ken.
I'm also struggling not to hit the effect button on my microphone to give me a hall echo. But so I was in St. Louis this last weekend. I saw an individual on the screen who's loves whiskey. So that was good to hang out for the weekend. Had our a reviewer gathering. So we had around 25 or so of the North American, mostly reviewers, gathered in St. Louis. So I was one of the dumb ones that sat there and said, "Hey, it's 90 plus degrees out, high humidity. Let's go on a 2 mile hike on hills." So I was one of those dumb ones, but you know, you live, you learn, you make the same mistake again. So, but good to hang out with some people there, and sat there and still recovering on sleep because I did those drives in one shots, which are 6.5 to 7 hour drives, without stop. Well, other than a fuel stop, but um, so that's kind of been my bits of activity, and now it's trying to get back to some cache maintenance before placing new caches for my event in September. So that's all. All. All.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Cool. Charles, you're in the dark, but you've got your hand up. Are you there,
Yeah,
Charles?
yeah. So I'm having a little issues with my computer. So what I've done is I've actually logged in also with my phone at the same time. So that's why I'm a little dark. This week currently I'm in New Haven, Connecticut. Left home this morning and I got made up the way all the way down here. There's a couple of GeoArts of Adventure Labs that I'm doing. I've completed the first one and almost the second one. And once I'm done, that should give me about 40 Adventure Labs completed in a day. Pretty simple, all multiple choices, not too much running around to do it. I also made some strategic thoughts along the way to add quite a few new counties in the state. I'm running out of counties to do in Canada, so I might as well start doing some in the States nearby. And going up to CMAG, yes, tomorrow, which is a new mega out in Connecticut. I think there's a few folks that I know that are going there too, so I get to meet them and basically a new event for me.
What was the name of that event?
CMAG, SEMAG in
Okay.
Alton Borough, Massachusetts,
Yep.
near Providence, Rhode Island.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and so if I got everything, if my plan goes well, I'll have Connecticut all counties and Rhode Island all counties done by the time I get there.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Sounds like a fun trip.
So you'll have time left over to, head up to Maine and quickly get those counties.
Well, I do have to go back home tomorrow night. Get back home. Sorry, get back home by Sunday night. I'm hosting a Canada Day event on the 1st of July at 11 a.m. So I do have to get back home. So maybe Maine will have to be another trip. But I think there's a few more counties there than Connecticut and Rhode Island. Rhode Island is only 5, so easy state to do.
Right. Yeah. They're so much smaller back east than out
Yeah.
west for sure.
Yeah, well, maybe one of these days I'll drop into what's that state there called, Texas? They've got a few of them in there.
Just a few. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to be retired by then. So, anyways, that's what I've been up to. Of course, this big week was the planning for this trip, so that's what I did.
Excellent.
Awesome. Well, great. I can't wait to hear all about it next time. Thanks, Charles.
Okay, so I'll mute myself.
Okay. We've got Tom Fuller next.
Yeah, are you still looking for a new to you vehicle?
We bought one.
Good.
No.
Oh, okay. There's a Suburban. They only want $3,000 for it. It's 2008. No, I didn't think so.
Oh, thanks.
I thought $100 bill wouldn't fill the gas tank.
No.
No kidding. Yeah. And maybe get to 30 miles.
Yeah. So I hid 13 caches today. I I've been hiding them uh, pretty quite a few in the past week or two.
Mhm.
And on Tuesday, why I was it hit 90, and I decided to head for home. And I decided to head for home through Lapine, Oregon. And I got to the end of this the 2222 road where it hits the 22 road. I saw a huge column of smoke. It was 13 miles away. When I went by the fire, it was 50 acres, and now it's 2,600.
Mm.
The the Darlene 3 fire. You may have seen some video clips of that fire. So I've been going up the back way to avoid going through the pine.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah, so I'll I think I'll have the last of them hidden tomorrow, and then I'll try to get as many as I can get published in the next week or so.
Well, that's awesome. Can't wait to see the geo art come alive.
Yeah.
Good work.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We've got Mountain Goat Jim.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I bought a little electric scooter. I actually ordered it back in April and they didn't send it until the end of May, but I've been out a couple of times on it. And the day before yesterday, I went out and found 12 challenge caches in a day. And that almost doubles the number of challenge caches I've ever found, I think. But it was a fun day and it's fun to have the scooter and it zips right along. Doesn't quite have as much range. I still haven't tested it. I'm not sure how far I can go on it. So I tend to turn back early, but it's been fun. And, it gets me out on the trails. So anyhow, that's my story.
That's awesome. That sounds like fun. Can you add an extra battery?
No,
Are
no,
you-
it's just got one battery and it it's just not clear on the scooter when it says half battery left, how far you can go. And then with those kind of batteries, I don't think you're supposed to run them all the way down. So you don't want to just run it till it's dead. And I definitely don't want to have to walk back from anywhere. So it's a learning experience. But it has been fun. It max speed's about 15, 16 miles an hour on level. And their claimed range is about 19, but I'm guessing it's closer to 12. So we'll see. It's been fun. And it was inexpensive. It cost about $300.
So you were going up and down near Highway 41 then, basically?
Yes. Yes, I did Highway 41.
Okay.
Is there like a big sidewalk or trail there? I can't remember.
There's a new, it's new. There's a trail. It's kind of annoying because there are all these cross streets and you're zipping along and then you have to stop and push the button that says wait, wait, and then go again. And then you zip along and wait, wait. But yeah, it's a nice little trail other than that.
So now I can see why Tim did that. Put him there then. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've been looking at that new trail too. So yeah, we have a new trail of challenge caches in the area. So we've been eyeballing that and
And I
a
didn't
couple other
qualify
ones.
for many of them, but
Yeah, I haven't taken a look. We'll take a look.
I qualified for most except for the hardest ones on each series.
Mhm.
And but yeah.
Awesome. What fun. Yeah. So yeah, we got new wheels as well. A little bit bigger than a scooter. Yay. So I traded in my 19-year-old Ford Escape. And we got a 7-year-old Ford Escape. So a little bit newer. It's actually quite a bit newer. So far it's a pretty nice rig, except I'm uncomfortable in the driver's seat. Not driving, it's just the seat is uncomfortable for me. So bought a new thing today to put in there and see if that helps. I wish I could just take my old seat out of my old one and plug it into the new one because that was perfect. I'm just short, so most seats are uncomfortable. But we're excited. We're back into having a more rugged vehicle that we can get out and do some more geocaching in for sure.
Mhm.
And did we get
There
any?
you go. Yeah, we got
Geocaching?
one. We had to make a deadline run to get our souvenir.
Yes.
So we had to use up one of those that we cleverly saved
You're
for
right.
just such an occasion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was it.
That was pretty much it. Yeah. Car shopping takes a lot of time. Oh, and yeah, all of that. We really did want to buy a private party, but there just wasn't anything that was available. So we ended up going with CarMax and had a great experience. So you have an 05 and a 2010. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, the one that we ended up trading in was an 05, my old Escape, 19 years old. She was a good rig.
Mhm.
Carried the cash caboose, the cash advance store across the country on 3 different occasions. And it was a lot of fun, but just getting a little long on the tooth. Oh, sorry, HT Bob. That you
Oh.
blew a brake line today. Yikes.
Hmm.
Yeah, and your first new car is a 2020. Oh, okay. Oh, you paid it off. Excellent. Good work, Mike. Yeah, cash is the way to go for cars. Yeah, we were luckily able to not have car payments. Yeah.
So Lori.
Yeah, Lori, you finally made it in. You've been trying for a while. Go ahead, Lori.
Yeah, we were in bad internet service. So I'm here with Alondro, Dusty. Go for it. Oh, he's back there. He's back there. He's not a big blur. We are currently in Kansas, and we're heading to Goodland for the night.
Oh,
We
wow.
did Pikes Peak this morning. It killed 2 of us almost at 14,110 feet. So, yeah, epic road trip.
Nice.
That sounds awesome. I'm glad you guys could make it in. I kept admitting you into the room and then you would disappear and then you'd come back. So
Yeah, the service was horrible.
Yeah, that's how it is on the road. Gosh,
We just got done doing the oldest in Kansas.
Take the second left onto
And
US
so
36 East.
driving directions. So we just finished doing the oldest in Kansas.
all right, good work.
Yeah. But I thought I'd pop in for a hot second. That's what we're doing.
Continue on US 36 East for 5 miles.
So I'm gonna go back on mute.
Okay.
Yeah, follow those directions. Follow the yellow brick road. So speaking of oldies, Ryan, can I call on you for a second? Would you like to talk about your little project? Is this a good time for you, Ryan? Okay, hold the.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
There we go.
we sure can.
Sorry, I'm on my phone. I was wondering what one she's going through, if she's going to Goodland on 36. So, because to talk about my little, revamp of a project. For those who know, I'm a little bit involved with the Mingo Madness, and in 2020 we placed a plaque. And then in 2022, the plaque was playing some magic tricks and disappeared. So after a lot of discussion with professionals and experts and stuff like that, we finally came up with a plan. And as of last night, for those who watch Caching in the Northwest, unfortunately I wasn't in the chat room there, but they did pretty much half the episode on Indiegogo that I started. We are replacing the plaque, and there are 3 different levels that you can donate for it. The first level, you can put your name on the back. We're going to have a plaque of everybody who supported it with their caching names on the back. So just something that one of our biggest things that I felt bad about when we did the plaque in 2020 was the fact that we didn't have the community involvement. And that's why we're doing it this way, so the community can have a part of it as well. But we will have a new geocoin Oh, wow. Thank you, Scott. But we will have a new geocoin, and with the top level, I know there was one left earlier. They had we are doing a replica desk plaque that you'll be able to put on your desk. It's from last I heard, it's gonna be 7.5 inches tall, which is about a third of the size of the actual plaque. So, and I see a whole bunch of things going across the bottom. The Indiegogo page, I do not have the link with me, but if you, there you go. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
And like you just said, we have met the minimum, and what we're going to do is anything that's over, we'll just keep it for the maintenance, because there are certain things that we have in place or getting in place that will have a annual fee. So, but I want to thank everybody who has donated already. I know a couple of you in the room. I got messages last night. I just love the community, how much everyone will support little projects like this. So,
Cool.
but yeah, that's the big news here. But yeah, mentioned earlier, I was in St. Louis at the reviewers last week. Didn't do as much because I'm still hobbling around. But yeah, other than that, I will see a few of y'all down in Oklahoma. I'll be down there on Monday. So looking forward to seeing everybody.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's been quite a project. The original plaque and now getting this replacement up. So yeah, please join us in donating for the ongoing maintenance and beautification of this awesome plaque coming up and such.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Come on, let Tony in.
Oh, sorry. Got more folks in the waiting room. I looked away.
So why don't we go ahead and jump into our topic here?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then for people who joined a little bit after the ground rules, we do have to quit right at 7. So
Yeah, we've got a hard stop tonight.
this
Family
topic
obligation.
could be good. So let's ask Scott to kick us off, please.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, you're the one that really brought this to my attention. So if you'd like to start us.
I actually put together a little PowerPoint presentation, which I'm not going to share because I'm not going to risk that. So a couple of weeks ago, I and a lot of other people got a message from geocaching.com, and they were doing a screening survey because they want to get some input from a lot of geocachers. And one of the questions that popped up was talking about player progression systems, which I interpret to mean leveling up, a system of leveling up. For example, well, both Munzie and Pokemon Go have leveling up systems. In Munzie, you can get points for capturing or finding a Munzie. You can get points for setting out Munzies and deploying them. Or if other people find your Munzie, you can get points. And I don't know exactly what the rewards are for leveling up. Perhaps somebody who plays it can pass that on. But that's a system of leveling up. Geocachers, we all set not all of us, but a lot of us set challenges, challenges. The whole challenge geocaching system is based on challenges. Collecting states, counties, even the souvenirs are based on kind of a challenge to just get you out there and do some things. There is also in Project GC, there's the badge gen system. So, where you can start off, and as you get more, let's say 365, 366 calendars, you can level up to different levels. So what I thought I'd ask is, what do people think about this? Do people play the Munzies and Pokemon Go and try and level up? Do people track their badge gens and really try and level up their badge gens? What do you think adding up leveling how it would affect geocaching? And would you be motivated? Do you think other people would be motivated? So that was the topic. And and I'm interested in what people say.
Do you know the specs on this?
No, no, I won't even speculate what the specs might be. It may not occur. I just thought it would be an interesting topic, but I'm anticipating like Muncie. You're going to get some points for hiding, finding, and other people finding your caches, maybe favorite points. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
Dick.
I've got lots of thoughts, but I'm gonna let other people speak first for sure. So let's go Dick and then Melissa.
Yeah, hi. Years ago when Muncie first came out, I took a look at it for about a week. And then I figured out very quickly that all the time I would spend looking at Muncie's took me away from geocaching. So that did it for Muncie's. So I don't do Muncie's, and figured that they're popping up all over the place, and it was just a distraction. My own reaction to leveling up is kind of the same reaction I have with a lot of the promotions that geocaching headquarters does from time to time. And that is for those of us that really are hardcore dedicated geocachers and do a lot of geocaching, it's kind of like, well, if we happen to pick up enough, we're going to get those souvenirs anyway. So for me, I guess my point would be that I don't think it would make any difference in my geocaching in terms of leveling up. I'm a hardcore geocacher. Obviously, if we're on this, we're mostly hardcore geocachers, but we're traveling around, we're doing it, we're doing several thousand a year, and it's not going to change much, I don't think. Annette is a little more focused than I am. She's always got 3 or 4 challenges going on that she's working on. This week it's been letterboxes. Last week it was multis. So, trying to fill up a calendar with multis every day and enough additional letterboxes to get her over 100.
And Dick, we're short on time, so I'm going to try and focus it on this topic.
Well, that was my point. I don't think it's going to make much difference in how we geocache.
Thank you.
Leveling up. Okay.
Thanks, Dick.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the case for a lot of people, even, the game within the game, the souvenirs and all the promotions that Groundspeak has doesn't affect a lot of people, but others, it really has a big impact on how they cache. Melissa, what are your thoughts?
Well, I was just wondering if this thing they have going on with the alien thing, that's going to be points and stuff, and they're trying to get a bunch of different geocachers to contribute points, if that was kind of like a test thing for them. Maybe.
It's a good thought. I have no input.
Okay.
To me that seemed like a new spin on the promotions that they did every summer. Starting back with the cash a day for the month of August.
Oh, that's 31 souvenirs. Yeah.
And I think it's just it's a nice spin on that. And will probably be a topic for another show, but
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's I think you could link them together. It's sort of a way to level up. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I was thinking, there's way back when there was another location-based game called Terra Caching, and some people here may have played that, and it was actually kind of like a multi-level marketing scheme, but geocaching wise. So you had more points based on how many people you sponsored and were below you. And so, the people that were earlier into the game had higher status. And I'm wondering if that could be one direction this could go, is, your time in caching, or like we were talking earlier, how many caches you found or hidden and such. I don't know, that's, how would what are those levels? What's a level 1 cacher, and how embarrassing would that be or not? And is that a way to finally say you're not allowed to hide a cache until you have leveled up to a certain level? Where we've seen, a lot of new folks come in and love the game. They found 5 and they hide 100 and they're just geolitter. But there's also people that's all they do is hide caches, and they're amazing caches. So there really isn't a way to level that out, I don't think, potentially. I don't know. Those are just some of my spitballing off the top of my head thoughts on how you make levels for cachers. So we've got Charles. His hand is up. So go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change, like Dick, it's not going to change the way I cache. I'm just afraid it's going to become a competition more than anything else. I'm better than you because I'm a level 500 as opposed to, and you're only a level 3. But all depends on how, I guess it all depends on how they do the leveling and what's the criteria to move up and everything. We already have that with the number of fines people do. So I'm a better cacher because I got 1,000 fines, or especially when I started. I was a rookie, I didn't know what I was doing, and people now are saying, wait a second here, maybe you weren't such an amateur then. So I think that's it may happen and may turn off some people because of the attitude of other cachers.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole competition part could come into play, and a lot of cachers, we really don't like competing with each other. It's more competing with ourselves, working on those challenges or what have you. I think we've got some comments on YouTube.
Right. So Christine is mommy of 2, TOO is her name. Says, I don't really focus on leveling up per se. I just like collecting things like achievements and such. Couldn't get into Munsies as what either. Like the physical containers of geocaching more. And then she's one of the people that is creative and likes to hide. So she found 5 and then started hiding. And so yeah, that is possible.
Absolutely.
Okay, we got Tom.
Yeah, go ahead, Tom. Oh, you're on mute.
Okay, I started geocaching August of 2005. I had I had found about 10 before I hid my first one, and it's still active. It's the center of my first geo art. The Boundary Spring Sun geo art. Nobody seemed to be finding it. I may archive it at the end of the year, but since my new geo arts, 2 of them, total of 195 caches, all 16-ounce screw top containers. I label them all with the Sharpie as I hit them. So nobody gets confused. And yeah, so the end of August, it'll be 19 years since I started geocaching.
Wow.
Wow.
And I still only have less than 2,500 finds, but I do have all 50 states.
There you go.
Awesome.
And that sort of plays into my thought here. As Scott mentioned, if you're on Project GC, you got the badge Jan and the belt system, and I like that. I really wish that I didn't have to leave, geocaching.com to go do this, right? And so it presents the levels in a different manner than what we're thinking here. This isn't a level 5 versus a level 25. This is okay, you've reached this medal status, and now on some things you could get 6 little gems as well, and finish out that challenge, and you move up to the next medal. You know, things like that, and it makes it, in my mind, a little less or a little more difficult to compare and be better than another geocacher, because you're gonna have to explain, yeah, that I'm a platinum with a 6 diamond St. Patrick's Day. Oh, big deal. Great. Like Tom said, he's got not as many fines as you would think somebody with 19 years in, but he has all 50 states.
Yeah.
So that's
big.
cool.
Yeah, not too many cachers have that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scott.
So for me, I have no idea if I'm going to would participate or how it would affect me. It's another aspect of the game that might come in. And to me, the more aspects of this game, the more things that will attract other people into the game, the better. And, as have said, find those aspects of the game that bring you joy. If this would bring you joy, do it. Leave the rest for others to enjoy. If you don't want to participate, don't. You will, you would level up and become platinum level. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, then fine. For other people, it might mean a lot to them to be able to move as Bad Gyms takes you from, low levels to diamond levels. So I think anything that geocaching does to encourage people to go geocaching, even if they don't participate, is good for the game.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense for sure. Cool. Thanks, Scott. Ken.
I'm not sure quite how it would change or if it would change for me. The only thing I could see is depending on like what things would bring you up levels, it might sit there and refocus your attention every so often. Any of us that are long-term cachers, I think, have found that every so often you have to flip the game on its head and find something different to do to make it interesting and not stagnant. So, does having different aspects that you might have to work on this to level up or that to level up, maybe it's something that's like, for myself, for a long time, I went and did kayak caching. Every few weekends, I was out doing stuff on the boat. My boat has had a gash in it for the last year where I sat there and cracked the hole, year and a half where I've cracked the hole on it. I've, don't tell the reviewers, I've had to sit there and have another person go out and maintain my cache is on that because I have not been able to fix my kayak yet. And I don't want to sit there and go down. I could walk the river, but I really don't want to walk 5 miles of river to put caches back out. So, it is a case that it's like, here are the caches, this is how they're hidden, and my notes are fairly clear. But I hopefully will get that kayak patched again so I can go out. But it's something I don't think about doing anymore. I mean, this is what normally keeps me busy. Is doing county type caching. So, when I did Texas in 13 days last year and now become number 357 on the qualifier list, that keeps it interesting. I have long range goals, but I think maybe, if it's something that might draw attention to, hey, I haven't, maybe do something like this would bring me a level up. And it might be a case of, it's been a long time since I've jumped on a bike and rode 10 miles grabbing caches on a bike trail. And I might just not think about it. So.
Yeah, that definitely, I agree with you. Again, for those of us that have cached more than a couple of years, yeah, you get in a rut. And like you said, you flip it on its head and find a challenge to go after, up your stats numbers in some direction. So it gets you back into the game, encourage you to play more. Yeah, Scott, go ahead.
And some people have in the chat have been talking about encouraging cheaters and things like that, and that would be a negative aspect of having this system. So, you know, it is two-sided.
Mhm. The other thing that popped into my head while we were talking, I haven't played Munzie other than when it first came out, just to check it out, see what it was like, and realize it wasn't for me. But as I understand, you know, it's like in-app purchases. You buy bombs or what have you to increase your status or whatever. Could that happen to geocaching? Other than, you know, going beyond premium, could there be in-app purchases to help you reach different levels or have different special powers? I don't know. I hope not, but I can see, as you know, you gotta feed those hamsters that keep those servers going, right?
Well, thank you very much thank you everybody for sharing your opinions. Lisa, thank you very much for letting me use this media to get opinions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, about how long ago did you do the survey?
It was a pre-survey, and I'm probably not going to be able to do the survey because I have not done any games that do leveling up. So if they are interested in getting opinions about that, it would be much better to get opinions from people who have done it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I sort of remember doing a survey, but it doesn't sound like this one. And then I've been, for some odd reason, if somebody wants me to do a survey, I'm filling it out. So, which I never do.
Yeah.
You know, DirecTV and Roku and the geocaching one snuck in there. Maybe it did.
I saw it, but I didn't do it. Yeah.
Not darn.
Yeah. So yeah, Mike had some information around Munzieing. Yeah, so you can buy a blast capsule, let you capture a large quantity of virtual Munzies in one go. Yeah. So yeah, it's an in-app purchase, basically. Yeah. But it's part of the game. It can be, and you know, makes things easier and more fun. Imagine having an in-app purchase that lets you get like all the labs in one adventure or something. Oh my goodness, crazy. But it wouldn't be nearly as much fun though. It's going out and learning stuff and having an adventure, right? Yeah, why not just stay home and play a game on your TV?
If it was going to be something like that, I think it's going to be a new type of hide that doesn't exist, that's built to do that. So, yeah, just have to see how that goes. Yeah. I think if geocaching can integrate into their site, their app, or however they want to do it, you know, a lot of the similar things that Project GC has. I mean, they just have so many. If you're bored with caching, go to Project GC and see what you need. Like, what do you need that's 360 degrees from your home? So on and so forth. Just you know, that would keep you going.
See what strikes your fancy for a new goal to have to go forward. Cool. I'm not seeing any more hands coming up, and we're at 1 minute to say. You guys are good. So tonight's episode is sponsored by, if you got the email, you've probably seen, if you receive emails from us, you see that we've got a course out right now. And it is all about how to solve substitution type puzzles, you know, where A equals something else or B is something different. And it's a great course. We've had a lot of people signing up for it. I'm getting really good feedback from that. So
it was very useful in talking to the aliens.
Yeah, he was able to use the course information because this was my beta tester, one of your first beta tester. your alpha tester, actually. Then I had beta testers. So take a look at that if you'd like to have it's not a membership, it's a course that you purchase and then you own it. So it's yours for lifetime access. You can go back and review it whenever you'd like. Not a recurring fee or anything involved with that. Something you could purchase and use and enjoy. And I'm seeing we've got some kitties in the room. Yeah, some cats. Hilo is not feeling well. I think he's outside at the moment. Eating grass.
Molly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, did we see him as Molly?
There's
Yeah.
Nigel.
And Nigel. Excellent.
Signal everywhere.
Yeah, a couple of signals. Very good. All right. Well, thanks, guys. This was a really interesting conversation for sure. And everybody here, everyone's going to have a safe and happy 4th, regardless of where you are. But those of us in the US are celebrating it as our Independence Day. And hopefully you can get out and get some good caching in. Derek, I hope you're having a lovely winter getting started down under there. Yeah. Okay. Good. Excellent. And we're going to sign off and dash out to his parents' house, which is just about a quarter mile away. All right. Take care, everybody. And we'll see you all again very soon. Take care.